Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village, there lived a simple rat. His name was Chintu. Chintu was a village rat who lived in a tiny hole under an old banyan tree. His home was small. His food was simple. He ate grains, seeds, and whatever he could find in the fields. But he was happy. He slept peacefully every night. He had no worries. He had no fears. Life was simple and beautiful. One day, Chintu received a message. His cousin from the big city had invited him to visit. His cousin was named Motu, who lived in a huge mansion in the city. The message said, "Come visit me, see how the rich live." Chintu was excited. He had never seen a city before. He packed nothing because he owned nothing. He began the long journey to the city. After 3 days of traveling, he finally arrived. His eyes grew wide with amazement. The city was enormous. Buildings touched the sky. Lights sparkled everywhere. And his cousin's home was beyond imagination. Motu lived inside a rich merchant's mansion. The floors were made of marble. The walls were decorated with gold. He welcomed Chintu with open arms. "Welcome, my poor cousin," Motu said proudly. "Let me show you how the wealthy live." He took Chintu to the dining room. Chintu could not believe what he saw. There was cheese from foreign lands. There was bread softer than clouds. There were fruits he had never seen before. There were sweets, cakes, and desserts of every kind. Chintu felt ashamed. He thought about the simple grains he ate back home. He felt embarrassed about the tiny hole he lived in. He felt poor, truly poor. "Eat as much as you want," Motu laughed. "This is how we live every single day." Chintu began eating. The food was delicious. The cheese melted in his mouth. The bread was heavenly. He had never tasted anything so wonderful in his entire life. He thought, "My life has been wasted. I have been living like a beggar. This is the real life. This is happiness." But then something happened. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. The door burst open. A huge cat walked into the room. The cat's eyes were yellow and hungry. The cat's claws were sharp and deadly. "Run!" Motu screamed. Both rats ran for their lives. Chintu's heart was pounding. He had never felt such terror. The cat chased them through the mansion. They ran through rooms under furniture, behind curtains. His legs were shaking. He could hear the cat's breath behind them. He thought he was going to die. Finally, they found a tiny crack in the wall. Both of them squeezed through and escaped. They hid in darkness, trembling with fear. Hours passed. They did not move. They did not breathe loudly. They just waited in terror. When morning came, the cat was gone. Motu smiled and said, "That was close, but do not worry. This happens every day, sometimes twice a day. Now let us go eat breakfast." Chintu stared at him in disbelief. He asked, "This happens every day?" Motu nodded casually. "Of course, the cat, the servants with brooms, the traps, but the food is worth it." "No." Chintu was silent for a long moment. Then he stood up slowly. He looked at his cousin with calm, clear eyes. He said, "I thank you for your kindness. Your food is delicious. Your home is beautiful, but I cannot stay here." Motu was confused. "Why? Do you not want this life? The cheese, the bread, the luxury?" Chintu smiled gently. He said, "You have cheese, but you eat it in fear. You have a mansion, but you sleep with one eye open. You have everything, but you have no peace," he continued. "I have simple grains, but I eat them in silence. I have a tiny hole, but I sleep deeply every night. I have nothing, but I have complete peace." He looked at the grand mansion one last time. He said, "You are rich in food, but poor in peace. I am poor in food, but rich in peace. I would rather be me." Motu had no words. He just watched as his cousin walked away. Chintu traveled back to his village. He entered his tiny hole under the banyan tree. He ate his simple grains. He lay down on the hard ground, and he slept deeply, peacefully, happily. For the first time, he truly understood. He was never poor. He was rich all along, rich in peace, rich in safety, rich in contentment. Friends, remember this story always. More food means nothing if you eat it in fear. A bigger house means nothing if you cannot sleep in peace. Luxury means nothing if it steals your happiness. True wealth is not what you own. True wealth is how peacefully you live. Be happy with your simple life. Peace is the greatest treasure.